All right, this week's episode, we are looking at the TRS podcast, the Ranveer Show, which I have never heard of. I literally just did a YouTube search, podcast, and then most recent, and then I was going down, and I was very surprised that there were so many bigger podcasts that don't look good. They're okay, but I guess it's about the content, right? That's more important. Like I know I don't want to talk shit, but there's a lot of podcasts that could look better. But I came across the TRS podcast and it looks amazing. So we're going to look at that right now. Let's switch over to the iPad. So this is awesome. I mean, there's how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 angles that we're looking at. I think I saw the wide shot one time in the whole thing, and they didn't even start with it. I think they just kind of started with these shots down here, just kind of like guest talking and then host talking over here. But yeah, I mean, it's just, we have our over the shoulders shots right here. These are really cool. Just adds a different level to it. And then we have our main shots. These are pretty much the go-to, and these are going to be good for social because you can just box that up on a 16:9 and it'll be a lot easier. Let's do that. So yeah, let's go back here. Then we have these profile shots, which profiles are okay. I think they can help tell a story for when you're talking about certain things. I think profiles aren't the most flattering shot, but I think there's a time and place for it. So yeah, we have 7 angles we're gonna look at, and let's look at the lighting really quick. So it looks like there's a lot of ambient and background lighting. So we have like these little bars of light, which are so cool. They look so cool. We also have this light here, probably just lighten up the background, but they're really warm, and they're using a blue background, which is a perfect color. It's the opposite color of skin tone, so it's gonna make everything pop. Usually I film actors and do auditions with them, and blue is the best color to wear when you're on camera. It just makes your skin pop. So yeah, I love it. I mean, the color's great. They even have the lighting is warm to kind of make a natural teal and orange look, which is also another color science thing. So they got it all levels. It looks awesome. So the one thing I would change, and maybe not, but it looks like they have the lighting on camera side or like closer to camera versus having it away. So we don't get shadow side towards camera, it's on the other side. So all these angles, the lighting is here, the lighting is on this side. Usually we have shadow side first. It's like a little bit more dramatic, but that's not what they're going for here. I think it doesn't need to be that. So it doesn't need to be dramatic. So yeah, we're gonna look at this. I'm gonna break it down in satellite. Let's see here. Yeah, I mean, he has the warm lights here, but yeah, you can definitely see the warm light here. So that's gonna be our hair light coming from this side, and then our key light is coming from our other side. So same thing here. I believe I'm gonna say it's 2 key lights and 2 hair lights. So 1 light or 2 lights per person, and then we have some background lights going on. But great job. I mean, this podcast looks freaking awesome. Anyway, let's jump into it. All right, so let's take a look at what's going on here. So on our wide, it actually was a little bit, might be 2 to 1. because this was a little bit thinner. So it's, you know, it's a nice wide shot. I think it's eye level, and then it's slightly possibly tipped down, which is what I did here. It's very minimal tip down. And let's make sure, yeah, that's the center. And for our lighting, I ended up adding some hair lights here, but really, I feel like those tube lights might be bright enough to be doing what it's doing. Let's see. Maybe not. If it was me, I would put just enough C so we can take a look at that. We'll take a look at it in a little bit. First, let's go through. Let me fix this first. Okay. Sorry. So let's look at this shot. Boom. These are all pretty much eye level and then tipped down, which I don't usually do. I only do that with the center. Is usually shot a little bit pitched down, and then all the other camera angles are straight on. Here we're looking at our profile shots. These came out pretty cool, and they're right next to the main camera, and then just slightly pitched out. Those came out nicely, just like these two. And our key lights are right here on the outside, going towards the talent. And the reason I saw that was, if you look at the shadow from his arm and where the wrinkles are, it's a little behind him. We're shooting at him from profile, but just a little bit behind. So I just mirrored that over here. And same thing where we can see the shadows that are on the creases of the clothing. It wouldn't be straight on profile, it would be just a little bit back. So yeah, let's keep going here. So those are our profile shots. These are this is like a 55 on a full frame, and our main shot is like a 27, probably a 25 on a full frame. And then we'll look at the kind of main side shot. This is a 41. But again, you can get a 50, you know, or 35. 35 would probably be it, and then you would move it just a little closer, or if you're using a zoom, then you do that. But if you want to use primes, you don't have to copy these exact focal lengths. You can get something close and then just move it closer or farther back. And then here's that other shot, kind of just mirroring these, just these standard ones. And now let's look at those over the shoulder shots, which let's take a look at here. Boom. And this was actually a little harder to do because when I put the cameras originally, you could see the other camera in the shot, and I was like, wait, I don't think you can see that in this. I looked back and it's like, no, you can't see that the cameras are there. But yeah, a nice setup, you know, one hair light on the opposite side, and then one key light. So if we look at it top down really quick, this is like the opposite of what I do. I would usually do hair light runs through a straight line, and then the key light would be here, right? But it would be a little different. Let's see if we put the key lights on the other side. We're just gonna play around with it because this is great and it looks awesome. I wouldn't change it, but I wanted it a little bit more moody. Let's bring this key light over here on this side. So I would put it maybe right there, and then we got to get it out of the shot. It's too much. And then let's bring this one over here too. What the heck happened? There we go. We gotta bring this one out of the way too. All right. Okay. And then we're gonna move the hair lights so we can see them, because right now they're on the same side. So we need to move this around here. And then move this one around here. Ooh. Okay, this is cool. All right, so yeah, check it out. I mean, now we have our Rembrandt triangle. We got the shadow side towards camera. Let's see what it looks like in the wide. It might not be, yeah. It's so hard to get these out of the shot. That's why a lot of people end up pitching more. So let's just raise this maybe a little bit more to get it out of the shot. and these would be hung somehow. Let me hide these stands. So yeah, look how completely different it is now. It's like a totally different, moodier, you know, our hair light is still doing what it needs to do. We can kind of see it's just hidden back here. And then let's look at this one in the back there. And you can see the positioning here where I changed it. This can be moved back. And yeah, let's look at some of these closer angles. Yeah, we have that. And this one, anyway, I'll go back and I'll put all the pictures up of all the other, the way it was supposed to look, and kind of next to the original shots. I hope this kind of helps. I did want to play with it at the end there just to see what it would look like moody. But yeah, this was a beautiful setup. TRS podcast, you're killing it. And I'll see you on the next one.